Test, test. Mm-mm, mm-mm. Yeah, I need a webcam. I've been using an Android. Ugh, we're live, but man, it's been terrible. Terrible. Need a webcam. Let's see, are we live? Yeah, we're live. Need a webcam and set up my second screen. I'm going to do some work in Twinmotion. Twinmotion. Sorry, I'll be with you in a second. I wasn't that well set up. So I don't know if comments are happening. That's not good. Comments? Don't know. All right. Well, try to figure it out on the fly. So I've got to finish this project, and I started it. There's some things to fix. Always things to fix. The kitchen's looking pretty good for the most part. Arizona home, so you got to kind of stick with that style. See if my hotkeys are working. They are. Cool. And let's see if I can get my chat open so I can respond to people in case you guys have questions. All right, we need some decor in this hallway for sure. Oh, we got a little freeze up. All right. By the way, if you're trying to work in kind of a high level appearance in your preferences, right? If we're like setting it quality to ultra, maybe you want to activate a threshold like I have here. Dynamic resolution, active threshold is 10 frames per second. So as soon as I get below 10 frames a second, it's going to change the resolution of this project, which is really helpful if you want to see the best preview available, but still be working working in those, working in an ultra setting, have it be functional still, being able to move around. And when your frames per second drops, you get that dynamic resolution. All right, so we've got primary suite. All we have in the primary suite is a few lights. So we can set this at the active container, and then I'm going to just start dropping some library objects in here. I always like to work from something else I already have, and then if I have time, I'll make some new setups. So I go into bedroom assemblies here, and I want to reorganize this. I actually sell this whole kit of bedrooms, but I want to reorganize this so it's a master bedroom versus like a small bedroom setup. I think it'd be easier that way. So let me just try one of these and check it out. Yeah, that's more of a small bedroom setup. I want that primary bedroom setup. I like that. Someone just bought something from my shop. Hope you enjoy it. I have to say, I love everything I sell on the shop. I don't put it on the shop if I don't love it. So if you're purchasing something from me and some reason you don't love it, you should tell me. so I make it so you love it. Yeah, this is a good start. Why not? Sometimes I just want to populate room by room, and then I can kind of go back and try to conform the style of the whole house to a style I establish in a given room. So like I don't want this dresser, and it looks like this was brought in on a bunch of component levels, so you need to get into the stack and delete it from here. And then, you know, if you're gonna do a budget-friendly interior decor package, you really got to have a lot of plants. It hides a lot of problems. All right, gonna use this whole shift click. Love that. Same thing. I don't think I even want laundry in here. That just seems like filler. Don't need it. Delete it. All right, let me see if I can get the chat up on another machine here. Does anyone that watch this, do you guys do streaming? And have you figured out how to do an NDI setup so that you are streaming from a second machine? Would be my big question. And what has been your experience with that? And they just sent me a 6-digit code. I feel like this one's overkill. I'm going to send that to another room. 3400. Okay, now I can see comments. For a little while, my battery's almost dead on my second machine. I need to go get something hooked up. Oh, there we are. Entered. Let's see. Comments. Yep. Okay. We've got the chat up. So if you have a question for me, I'll be looking over every once in a while, see if there's anybody chatting with me so I can answer some questions. So I just built out a new package specifically for these types of projects, which is my closet builder package. And this is an example of it imported into Twinmotion, which I'm pretty happy with. That looks good. I want to write a script to automatically put 50% gloss on everything that we import. Because, I mean, honestly, that's the way it should be. So, and then right now, this just doesn't look that good, but I think it's because, oh no, we have lighting. Yeah, that's about as good as it's going to look then from a PBR. If we turn on ray trace, does it get better? Yeah, looks better with a ray trace. Not bad. Okay. Now we're in the master bath. Primary bath. I got to change that. I got to change my wall texture too. Let's see. I want materials, color coding, drywall. And what color should this be? Yeah, sure. Kind of a taupe. It's not all that different from in here. I like to use the same white trim everywhere in case I want to change it to something else. We're going to need a reflection probe in here. Get that reflection in the mirror. Want to get into my metals. And then apply it from the tray so that they're the same material. And it looks like it needs to be double-sided. So we fix that faucet issue, Z-fighting issue. I'm curious why I'm getting tears in my screen as I move along. It's strange. Some kind of issue with the graphics card, I guess. Very strange. That tile's terrible. I think we could agree. What do we have here? I got a comment. And my screen is frozen over here. Can you talk about what's included in your full studio package? Full studio package. Oh, that was just added by request. 2 people have purchased it. I think is what maybe you're talking about this. The full Rabbit design library. Maybe that's what you're talking about. Yeah, and I don't include any information about it. Mainly because I'd expect that you talk to me direct if you want to purchase the full library. The full library, if I open up X14, this is specific to X14. This doesn't include my Twinmotion library. If you want to buy my Twinmotion library, I'd say email me. But that listing is specifically for my chief library. I don't know how many items there are in here. I think that it's around. I'll confirm it because someone just bought it, and when they import it, it tells them how many items. So if I go to expand all, I mean, we could scroll on this for days. I know it's at least 6,000 items. I think it's closer to 7,000. So it includes everything that I have here. There's materials, there's models, there's furnishings, there's all the tool kits. This includes all the kits. So if you had purchased kits, you can subtract those value of those kits from an item and ask me to set a custom price for you for one day. And then I add to this, and I add anywhere from, I would say, 0 to about 20, 25 symbols a week, every week. And then so I distribute the update every quarter. So every quarter you get an update to the library package, which means you're going to get another, I don't know, 100 to a couple hundred symbols per quarter, because I make stuff all the time. So yeah, I mean, I can scroll through this forever. So it includes all that. And then just talk to me if you want some additional stuff. So there you go. All right, let's get in here. We want to tile. I'm still building my Twinmotion library. I want this to be like right now, like I want to build, let's just change this. I'm going to build a new tile from some existing stuff I've got because I need more tile in my Twinmotion library. So let's get into tile folders. I don't know why I'm not getting any previews on these, but let's do a couple of them because I've got quite a few new tiles I've made. Let's go long oval, diffuse 2, sure. Yeah, because I don't have my long oval in here. Funny. All right, so that's that part. Let's get into our normal map. I wish Photoshop still allowed the creation of normal maps. I can't believe that they don't. It's kind of a pain in the butt. This is going to be a special little trick I've got here to make that kind of stand off. Oops. Class partition there. There we go. Scale. See, this is supposed to be a 1-to-1 scale, and it's definitely not. So we're going to switch this to apply to object, or no, not apply to object. We're going to switch this to cubic mapping, so we can get this back to a 1-to-1. Oh man, and that's too big for a 1-to-1. Crazy. Crazy, crazy. But that's okay. We can scale down from here. So next up, we want a reflection. And I think I have a reflection map for this. Roughness map. Close. And then since it's white, we should be able to paint it whatever color we want. Yeah, more or less. It's not really a good one though. I don't like that so much. I like this. Here we go. This was actually what it was created from. This actually matches the manufacturer. This is a wow tile. And I feel like, let's add some lights in here so we can see a few things. Delete one of these. Let's go TM models, emitters, and then that guy right there. And now I can fix this with a little bit of light. So we want to change bump offset, something like that. And pump that reflection up just a little bit. There you go. There's one tile. Looks ugly, I think, but there's a new tile. Add to user library. Okay, now let's do another new tile. Oh, and we should have named that. That is wow long oval. Wow long oval. All right, so let's do another one. I know one of my, let's see, what's wow stripes? Wow stripes is kind of interesting. Okay. And no parallax, we can turn that off. And default, should be fine. Scale again, way too big. So, oops. It's more like that right there. Yeah, that doesn't look too bad. Oh, this is a cool one. Got several of these. That's neat because you can change them on the fly. Copy this, copy. And where's our paste, and then open should get us to the right page. Yep. And then roughness. Wait, we've got some different scale stuff here. This is an 8x8. The roughness was different scale. Funny. Okay. And then I have a diffuse map, which I call the bump too. Not a diffuse map, sorry. Displacement map. That right there, meant for displacement. Yeah, that's looking pretty good. Let's change the scale back up. 1. It's huge. Looks nice though. That's a good looking one. 1.5 is huge. That'd be a good floor tile in some cases. There we go. Here's just a white version of it. So you could colorize it. Like I have kind of a pink. There's white. The 4090, is it snappy? It's pretty snappy, I think. So that's on low with the denoiser, and that's pretty quick, right? So if we move around like that, of course you got to have your lights set up because it's going to take longer if you don't have all your lights set up. But yeah, that's pretty quick. Let me make sure I change this back to from object QV. Yeah, so we've got no lights in this room. I don't know why it was designed this way, but so let's get a couple. We'll get some Omni in here. Save your emitters. If you're in Twinmotion and you have your emitters set up as the way you like them, make sure to save them. I have mine set up the way I like them, so they're not always perfect, but this is a very budget job. I do quite a few of these budget jobs, and it's just you got to do a full walkthrough package with this job. So, but yeah, I've got my lights saved already. They're pretty easy to apply. I never worry about placement because you're never going to see that in my renderings anyways. In fact, I might just drop this right on top of the other one. It's simple, easy, gets the job done. You'll never see that in camera. Usually, I think I have my field of view set kind of narrow too. Usually when I'm working, I'll set my, okay, so it's not set narrow, but I'll usually set it wide. That way it just makes it really easy to see everything as I'm working and then set it back when I need to. So now that we have lights in here, maybe that ray trace will look a little nicer. The other thing I like is I want a more sensitive tilt. I don't know why sometimes the tilt on this is just terrible. I still don't know why they default to that version of the gizmo. It's like I'll never use this version of it. I will always use the rotate version of it. Just seems ridiculous that we wouldn't want all those controls. Anyways, now if we do a ray trace, do I have ray trace in my menu? No, I don't. I need to put one in there. Now let's take a look. Yeah, it's looking a little better, a little faster on that ray trace, right? Yeah, this bathroom needs to be improved, but got to start somewhere. That's my main thing. I just got to kind of start, and then I kind of come back as I start to build a theme in the house, or I start to understand the house. It's a lot to come in and try to understand someone else's design without just sitting there going, "Oh well, I would have redone that one." My God, that's terrible. Decor entourage. In here, I've got some towel bars. I need more towel bars, so I need to start importing towel bars. Yeah, like you designed this shower. You didn't put a shower a towel bar anywhere accessible? I mean, would you put it on the wall in here, I guess? I guess that's the only thing that kind of makes sense. Seems ridiculous to me. So sometimes I go to interpret what's going on in a room. Yeah, that's a terrible tile, isn't it? You're gonna make me go back to just making tile, which I know is not fun to watch. How about this? We'll do this one. There we go. We'll size it down. Everybody likes a white, 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 white bathroom. Now we're back on this kind of light. A little beigey white. Yeah. Yeah, boring bathroom. Okay. Let's get into some decor here. I know I need way, way more art. Way more. I just reuse the same stuff every time and it gets really boring, I'm sure. Let's see. Let's just pin this and let's go find this guy. I'm going to change it out. It's kind of, what do I have? Yeah, that makes sense. Oh no, I used this somewhere else. Shoot. Yeah, I need a lot more art. Get sick of my old stuff. Probably want a chair here, a little vanity chair. I had a vanity chair in. Yeah, agreed. I had a vanity chair in Chief that I need to bring forward that I liked. It was just like it's like a director's chair that I just painted in acrylic. Actually ended up looking really good. So let's see. I want to get into what am I in? Dining rooms, chairs. Maybe we can find kind of a vanity-ish chair. It's kind of ish. Yeah, that'll work. And here's the thing. Clean your library. Clean your library. I wish I had a tab input where I could just punch in 90 as I'm rotating, like Chief does. What I'm talking about with clean your library is delete this guy because it was off center. The gizmo was off center. And now grab this and add it to your library because I fixed it. So there. I'm going to grab this chair because it's got no arms and then paint the acrylic looking thing if I can. Oh, this is just set to clear glass. Funny. On this chair. Yeah, actually doesn't look bad. It's got some kind of inner material here. But you know what? I want to leave it. It looks good. Translates. What'd you say about meta? Go meta, use a snapshot of one of your other home renders for wall art. It's not a terrible idea. You just got to go spend some time. Well, I mean, when I go collect wall art, it's not just for inventory. I do actually get influenced by it. I find some new stuff that I might like. So there's that. Yeah, this is looking pretty good. Needs a little floor mat. Bathroom decor entourage. I think I have a floor mat. I do, and that I already built out. And then just a little shifty, shift. Yep. Yeah. Done. That one's done. Would you really put a cabinet that close to the window right there? Isn't that funny? Looks funny to me. Whatever. And we need a little art right here. Pop, 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 pop. We can do the big matting or small matting. Kind of like the small matting right here. What do we have for art? Oh, art station. Oops. I just wanted to Google art. What stuff do we come up with? Maybe like desert, since we're in Arizona. Get a little themed. You see, if you hover over the curved part of the gadget in the axis, you're turning your object and you can type a note. I know that part, but I want to grab and turn and then type in, because otherwise you have to target that input really well, and it's not easy to target all the time. It's also would just be nice to have the same workflow across multiple programs, right? You can also set the interval. You can set the interval to be 15 degrees, which I usually do, or 90 degrees if you want. But and then all of a sudden, I don't know. I don't know if that's better or worse. Who knows? Oh, this is kind of cool. I like this one. I want it. I want this. I need to start copying people's tags for this stuff. Crediting them. Nah. I'll wait for Web 3.0. I'll name it correctly though. Color therapy. I mean Blaze art. Oh, that's what it's called. Blaze art. Be nice if, did that have a matting on it? Let's see. It did not. And I want a matting on it. So let's make that happen. Yeah, about there. Sure. Matted. I like it. Bop, 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 bop. Maybe I will. Let's see. In preferences, what do we want? We want angle snap and set this to 90. Why not? Let's do that for a minute. See if I like it better or worse. Feel like this wants some art. Big canvas art. I mean, even though we have one right there, that seems a little much. Let's maybe do a little collection. Can you scale a collection? Yeah, and it works. Oh yeah, that did all right. All right, I'm with it. This fireplace. What are we doing here? Should we put a little fire in there? Objects, particles, fire. And let's get metals. Iron. Let's go iron here too. It's a little bit better. It feels like this should have a mantle. Millwork? Nope. Core. Wonder what the thought was here. It's very strange to me. Hmm. Wood slats? Where were you thinking wood slats? Let's see. I need rooms. Living room, living room, living room, living room. Where's my TV? I don't know where I have my TV. Couches, blankets, electronics, TV. Boy, does that look out of balance and wacky and weird. I'm not going to put a TV here. More art, I guess. It's upside down. Funny. Strange layout. Very strange layout in this room. Are you talking about like a feature wall, David? Like a feature wall on that wall? Oh, well, nice. Hey, Joy. Well, welcome, and thank you for saying hi. It's nice. Come say hi more often, because when I get to know people, it's fun. We can start getting some dialogues. Let me know if you have any questions, because I like stopping and demonstrating. So that makes a big difference for me. It's nice to because we find out we figure out new things when we've got to force to stop and think about a question. And I got to come back to this bedroom. The layout of this is so strange. The spacing. Look at the spacing between the window, spacing between the door. Like, what would you do? And you've got your door slammed against the entry wall. So you're going to walk in and you're going to see the side of something here, which not all that pleasing to whatever you put here. And then you've just got odd spacing. It's funny room. I don't know. I'm going to come back to it. I'm going to get it though. Just not now. We need to change some of these brown walls. Every wall is brown. Let's do that real quick. I don't know how that happened. Let's get into like just kind of a beige. Oh yeah, everything got brown walled. That's not beige, that's pink. That's beige. There we go. Oh, I don't know. That looks nice and light. Needs a sitting area, huh? Needs a sitting area. If you came in like this to a sitting area in the master. Okay. I'm with you. I like that. Let's just throw a couple things in here and as just a temporary look. Oh, there's a chair I gotta fix. Delete this. Yep. And add it back. Let's see, what do we have? Bunch of poof. These are too big. Womb chair. Lounge chair. Could do that. This guy's big. Geez, that's huge. There's no way you put something that big in there. Woo! I'm gonna be right back because I need to plug in my laptop that's handling all the comments. So I'm gonna pin this one, but I'll be back. I'll be back in, give me 2 minutes. closing my lights. Uh-oh. Laptop died. Dang it. What are people saying here? Flank the fireplace, dressers in. Okay. I do have an Eames dresser in these kind of houses. Yeah, I agree. I do have an Eames style chair. I think. This guy's too big. Might need to import something. A lot of these are pretty big. We're just going to put them place markers. We can replace them later. These are wrong, but we can use that replace feature. Sure. We'll recolor this one. And we can still probably get plant back here. And still, this is just odd. Yeah, I'm going to come back to this room. Also, the design of this room is strange. Like, what is with all this extra space here? Isn't that funny? What a just a kill of space, because you've got the entry right here. Funny. So I'm going to put a table back behind this and some kind of table here. Give us something, right? Like a banquette. Or maybe just like a double one of these guys. Wrong style. I don't like it. Don't like it. Better. What's this doing? I just placed this here for fun. Looks like it. Okay. Bedroom 3. Yeah, it does. That's true. It's not a bad idea. Let's go look at that. I like that thought. Still an awkward space. I don't care what you say. I wouldn't have done it this way. But I don't know the intention here. Yeah. Still coming I'm coming back to it. I'll make sure to post it, on Facebook or something when I'm done so people can see where I ended up. Yeah, another funny space. Just put no room for the bed. Bed just tucks on one side and maybe gonna build a whole house with an undersized decent sized house with an undersized bedroom. Let's see. Funny. You're showing your cards. It means you haven't done 5,000 projects. Looks amazing. Then go into VR and it's these are too small. Well, you could change the zoom level on certain VR platforms. That's coming kind of a nice thing. Let's go. It's not bad. Goofy. I don't like it. What else would you put there? I don't know. cranked up a little too high on this one. What happened here? How did this guy get shared color walls? Is that a mistake? The color coding? No. Huh. Interesting. This tile needs something. It's not popping. Not popping. Is that because there's no bump map? Exactly. I got to put previews on all my tile folders so I can see what's what in here. See if I can make a tile real quick out of that one. What is that one? Marble 1. Marble 1. Marble 1. See if I can put a minimum on it. Don't love it. Somewhere right around there. Yeah, I know they have a preview pane. I prefer, well, first, I don't want to get into Windows 11 yet. It means a lot of system changes for me. And the second is I like my, I'd have to redo all of my uh, previews for folders that I've established like this. So these are folder icons, but you have to go in and do this. I wrote a script to do it for me, but it'd just be a lot of work to switch over to Windows 11 right now. Not ready to yet. Could also just use a digital asset manager like Connector or something. That would get me there. We'll just fire that up. We'll take a look at that. Or like Adobe Bridge would get you there. Let's see, what was I doing? I'm in tiles. File 1. Yeah, that's kind of fun. And then we want to invert. Okay. I swear I'm going to save the path on this one so I don't have to keep clicking through. Long enough. Yeah. There it is. Sure. And look at that. Goofy. Delete it. Center it. Add it to library. Some kind of issue up here in the model. What is this? A wall that can't be seen? Yep. Oh, it's a part of this. Tell me it's a part of this wall. Oh, what a pain. Oops. I'm going to do that. What is this, M? Is that what's happening? That view change. Oh. Oh. There we go. Okay. So that wall's just creeping through. Oh, shoot. Now I have a bump to wall problem. My camera's bumping walls. Anybody know how to fix that? Oh, there it is. That's M. Huh. Interesting. Didn't know that one. So center this and scale it, and 0.999 should be enough. Okay. Simple solve. There's a better looking carpet. Bam. Easy, easy. That's about all I'm going to do in here. Goofy room. Goofy room. Maybe we'll change this carpet, this rug. Yeah, I like that better. Now I don't like the painting. That's funny. So that's actually my fault. So this comes with my shower kit. My shower kit just dumps these in here in case you want them. So I have to remember to delete them if I don't want them. It comes with two rain heads and then the mount valve and then a diverter valve. It just dumps it all in as one block. Makes it easier for me to make my showers quickly. Yeah, because there's nothing to do out here. All right, what do I got here? Oh man, it's 5 o'clock. Jeez. I gotta do some stuff here. I'm probably gonna close this down in 30 minutes. All right, what was I looking up? Oh, more art. Yeah, I want more art, a lot more art. I need new stuff, new things. This is just a little too much of a theme. Whatever, I'm leaving it. We'll go on to the next thing. Oh, now here's a okay sized bedroom. Still a funny size. This is like 9.5 feet or something. Too small. Too small. Yeah, I mean, you can't even fit a regular bed in here. If you can't fit a queen in here, it's too small. That's how I look at it. Hmm. Oh, weird. These are old. Sure. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, it's gone crazy. Yeah, way too small. I see that comment. Way too small. Way too small. Let's see if I can flip my tablet around. There we go. Way too small. Could probably pull this full assembly over now. Just a little bit. But yeah, I mean, there's no room for a walkway. It's ridiculous. Get real. Oh, that's funny. Those are weird. Get rid of them. What happened here? Wood shelves, huh? This looks like my old shelving system. It is. I have the new shelving system. Yeah. Yep. I agree. Yeah, look at this gauntlet. Holy cow. This is a bed. I gotta go check if this is a bedroom back here. That's crazy. I left some stuff undone. My fault. And I bet you that got rid of the drywall. Dang it. I'm gonna have to go fix this. Yep, cut through the drywall. Dang. That's too bad. Yeah, this is a never-ending house. It's a lot of rooms. What's this going on here? Funny. No, I don't. There's really no money in the budget for this projects. I do 2 to 3 of these a month, and there's really only there's really no money in it at all. So I don't spend any extra time on stuff like adding the grunge and stuff. Some of my materials, like the exterior materials, have grunge in them. So like my stucco material has grunge in it, you can see, and my roofing material has grunge. Although I think by default I have it like midway set, and then if I want to, I'll crank it up. And then when the whole landscape gets built out, I might run a ray trace, and I might put a sky dome. But they don't even like a sky dome. They like it to look as realistic to the existing terrain as possible. So I don't use a sky dome. So this is my imported terrain, and if I go to paint this, I'll get into my own materials, and this is commonly what their terrain looks like. So might put gravel in here on this bed and then populate some trees. So in my models section, I have landscaping, I have trees, desert trees 1, 2, and 3. And so then I'll come in here and kind of smatter this about. This one has a lot of rocks in it. Some of the other ones do not. I have to go look at the satellite to see if this is a location that has a lot of those rocks. So then obviously fix our field of view again. And then fix our backdrop, etc. And once I put some more landscaping in, it starts to look like something. Put the trees in last, otherwise it makes it lag. No need to do that. Yeah, I gotta double check. This is this is a bathroom. Excuse me, bedroom too. Interesting. All right. Okay. Yeah, no room for a side table here. Weird, unless you take the bedroom out of the center of the room. So strange. We should have a centering tool in this. The buried basement wall with landscaping up to it seems impossible. Well, I say do your terrain in chief and then line up the terrain. See, this is my chief terrain right here. That's my chief terrain. And then I'll just float the Twinmotion terrain up to that point, right? So we only need to punch a little uplift right there, hit our flattening tool, catch the low end of that uplift to kind of make it mat up. You know, that's pretty much all I'm doing. If that makes sense. And then you'd make a big dip in that walkout basement as you needed to. I must have forgot to import some defaults because I changed the kitchen cabinet color and it changed all my hanging rod colors. And also this needs to go bye-bye. There we go. More like that. And why this floor? Don't know. All right, got to do a lot more in this bedroom. What else we got? Yeah, very tiny nightstand. Yep, something like that. Good question. Yeah, in fact, you're right. That's what it looks like it was intended for. You're absolutely right. Absolutely right. And we can kind of cheat it over. I need lighting. I hid lighting from myself. What did I do with it? It's in here. Doubt it. I doubt it. Doubt it, doubt it, doubt it. No, I think the whole point of going to the subscription model is so they could afford to hire more developers and keeping it in-house. I mean, Chief's smart. They've been around 30 years. They know. They've seen plugins come and go. They've seen integrations come and go. They've seen constant disbanding. They see, all of a sudden your Twinmotion just gets deprecated, goes out of business. They upgrade it to Epic, and suddenly Chief is responsible for integrating with Epic. Like they want to keep everything in house. That's kind of born into their culture. You go talk to any of the higher ups, and they'll kind of confirm that. So I would guess that they're not going to be doing any integrations. Instead, they're going to develop their own systems, which so far their stuff's been good. That whole ray tracing thing, they do a good job of it. And I know they're working on the exterior stuff now, finally, which is a big undertaking. But I mean, that's my hunch about what they're doing with the subscription model. That's just what I'm guessing at. So I'm hoping that they're hiring some new developers that might be able to do a lot of the stuff, figure out a lot of the stuff that Twinmotion's figuring out. Twinmotion, on the other hand, I'm like, man, they just put out that 2023 version, and it's an absolute just piece of garbage. It takes, I don't know, 30% longer to render a scene. The one thing I liked was they finally made it so that we can orient an object's positioning axis, so that if an object needs to be placed against the wall, it's not going to be placed like a picture frame is, suddenly turned 90 degrees. You can't purchase it outright. You cannot purchase it outright. You will be on a subscription model. You're paying for a subscription model from now on. I mean, I think you can keep on hanging on to old versions prior to, what was it, X9? They started implementing or X10. They started implementing the need for a login that's tied to your account online. I don't agree. I don't agree that they need to do those plugins completely. I think their rendering engine is, I mean, if you've seen my recent renders, they're almost as good as my Thea renders. There's a few things that could be improved, but they're almost there. The exteriors are what they need to work on next, and they're working on it. So you'll see. X15's got public beta coming out pretty soon in the next, I don't know, call it a month. Anyways, that's usually when they release it. Sometime around KBiz and IBS. I wish Twinmotion would fix the search feature in your own user library. It doesn't work still. Drives me nuts that I can't search my stuff and just type in TV. Now I got to remember where the heck I put my TVs again. I think it was Decor Electronics TV with wall video. Bam. People were saying I'm leaving this comment up. We were competing with big dogs before. We always have been. And actually, that's not really where the competition lies. Chief gets a lot of their revenue from their home designer line, for which they have some competition, but not much. So Revit's not competing with the home designer line. So they really kind of captured the market segment that they wanted. If anything, they're stealing people from some of these other softwares now. Um, so I wouldn't say they're competing. I would say that they're trying to gain additional seats, right? They're trying to have some crossover. But the biggest thing for me is the timestamp. At the end of the day, I can design faster than in Revit, just hands down. And still export and really, what's the deal with having an integration? Do you really need an integration when you can go and plug this into any other software and get it to be rendered? This is a Chief model. We're rendering it in Twinmotion. Is it really saving that many steps? There's already an integration. If you go into, you know, and hit my update from a 3ds model. So if I go replace my same 3ds model and then I hit update here, that's 2 clicks. I'd say that's pretty integrated. They are already switched to a subscription model, started 2 weeks ago. So as long as you have your SSA current, you're into the legacy SSA plan, which was $600 a year. But if you're not current with that, now it's what, $2,000 a year or something like that. It's kind of a fun look. Watch, I'll show you. Yeah, that's how I'll fix the wall. So watch, we'll do it. We'll do it real quick. We'll do it right now. I want to save this beforehand because there's one trick to it. And the only problem with Twinmotion and this trick is that my materials are all named drywall. So Twin will see that and then replace my materials. So I think the one thing I can do, they'll replace the materials that are named the same. So I dropped in a texture called drywall and then changed the color of it. Well, I didn't change the name. So everywhere that it's called drywall, it'll see the material ID coming from Chief and replace it with the first drywall texture I dropped in, which means I'd have to go recolor my rooms. But everything else should stay intact unless I maybe do a resource collector, which might work. So I'll try that real quick. Collect the TM file, substitution table, unused materials, sure. And we're going to go look at, I don't know why it makes us open the file, but let's go do it anyways. Crystal Creek. What file is it making me open? The TM file. Klein. I don't have it in here. What's happening here? Oh, this is where I save it. Okay, sure. And collect. And now we're going to go X14. Weird. I don't know why that's doing that from everyone's Dropbox account and all devices. No, I don't want to do that. I'm not going to do a resource collector. Forget that. All right. So let's go fix that wall real quick. where are we? Oh, that's a kid's bedroom. Oh, I'm designing it wrong. Oops, that was my fault. So I think it's this room that's weird. All right, so we're fixing that wall by using this export and then update workflow. So this guy right here, this framing memory's got in here, which is goofy. Also, it looks like there's a misaligned wall right here. There is. So this wall needs to get aligned. Okay. Now, step number 1 for this, so this gets updated, okay, is I need to go into that project directory and make sure that I am removing all of the previous exported PNG and JPEG files, right? So if we group this by type, we're in Windows Explorer, group this by type, we'll get into the JPEG files, we'll get down to the PNG files, let's delete them all. All right, so that's important step number 1, very important. Now let's do our Alt F E, and then what is it, 3 or D? 3, D. And I do not want to truncate the names because I did that I didn't truncate it the first time. So I need to do whatever I did before so that the names all remain the same. And then I'm overwriting this model. Have to overwrite the existing model. So if you need backups, make your backups, but you have to overwrite the existing model the way it was named originally. You can relink it to a new model name. I just found that out actually, but I've never done it that way. So I'm just going to do it this way because I know this way works. There was also that goofiness with the shelves that used the same material name in 2 areas. So those shelves might get reverted back. We'll see. I know sometimes you can fix that by doing the resource collector first. It's a big file. And then we have 1 or 2 3ds export issues, which is common. If I really cared about them, I'd go back and export them as DAE. But I don't like the DAE file type because it organizes everything by material as opposed to by component. So if I go in here and click on refresh on the main model, let's just go into the area that we expect it to refresh. Here we go, click refresh. There we go. That part's fixed. Now notice we lost the material on the wall. Floor material stayed the same. I already noticed that we had an issue with the casing, so we're going to see that we lost the casing too. But all the wall materials changed, those casing materials changed, and probably those shelves changed as well, right? Shelf here changed as well. So everything that had with it the same name, like when the material I replaced something with, and if it had the same name, like this stone, I made a copy of the stone outside, and I didn't change the name of it, which a simple solve for this would be on Twinmotion side if they would just, when you make a copy of a material, like I'm going to copy this right now, okay? I'm going to duplicate it. They don't automatically add a hyphen to it, which is silly because that would fix that issue, right? So if I wanted to retain all my materials, which I kind of do, let me go back and show you the fix. So let me see if I can go back to before that model was updated. I'm not sure that I can though. Doesn't look like it. Yeah, it's not going to let me go back. Or although their undos kind of check. Also, they should get with the times and do a Control Shift Z for their redo. Here's a bunch of redos. So we'll give you an example. I just changed this to flat stone 1 and I'm changing the scale and then applying it to this. Yeah, applying it to this guy right here. Change the scale. Now I want this scale to remain. Now, because I put the hyphen there, it should be that when I go to refresh the model again, that stone should remain, I think, at that new scale. Yeah, see, it remained. And that's just because we renamed that texture that was applied to it. So that's the only reason that worked. Were these here before? They're kind of floating in the distance, floating out of nowhere. Funny. So the one, well, I can close this and not save it because that would get me back. Or I could just go through and get my materials from, if I open this to that windowed view, and then do we have organize, sort by name? No, we don't. So I'd have to go find all the different drywall materials I created, which are in here. So could do that. Could do it that way too. Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna close it, not save it, and I gotta go do some stuff around the house. Man, it's the weekend. It's the weekend. Anybody have any last comments, questions? Anything they want to see in Twin? Yeah, look at this. This is all out of scale and goofy because it replaced it. Same thing. So when you duplicate a material, make sure to rename it because you'll lose it when you do the refresh. No save. Save. I don't agree with you at all. I don't agree. Have you tried it? Like, it's really glitchy. It can be super glitchy. There's all kinds of threads online about how glitchy it is. I don't know. It runs into all the same problems. They have that same issue. That's the same issue that they have for Datasmith. If you just duplicate a texture and rename it, it's going to have the same issue. Yeah. Thanks for bringing this stuff up. It's good. It's good to talk with people. Yeah, no, the Datasmith has that same issue with the color coding thing. So, and hopefully Twinmotion's like fixing some of this stuff. Would be nice. If anybody didn't see it, if anybody didn't know, I added a couple different free stuff today on the website. Go check it out. I'll show you what one of them is real quick. Just drop in 3 different cabinets in here. View. And let me shrink down my whole library. what did I do? I think I did Coastal 1. There it is. Coastal 1 for the plan. Yeah, so single sprayer. Let's just raise the ceiling up a little bit so you can see it. Single sprayer gets you these 3 cabinets. That's nice enough. And then if you, I don't know, kind of expand this one and do a 3-drawer base or something, it's going to be this type of drawer. So a little different look, right? And I think the backsplash even paints the backsplash too. Puts one of my textures on the wall. So that's something. That's something. And then the other one I did was drop down TV. Drop down TV. So if you just place this in plan view or in 3D view, it's going to place in the ceiling. And if you select it and click on open cabinet doors, it'll drop a TV down. So yeah, we'll drop down TV, pop it up, pop it back down for those that need it. Cool. Well, everybody, just caught up with what you had a few days ago. Nice. Thanks, everyone. Have a great weekend. We'll see you next week. I'm going to try to do more of these streams. Love having you guys on here. Maybe I'll try to post them ahead of time. Oh, actually, next week's KBiz. If anybody's out at KBIS or IBS, shoot me a message. And I'll be at the Chief Architect booth quite a bit. So, and I'll be at the Chief Architect breakfast. I'll be there. So if you want to come chat, say hi. Cool. Love to meet you. All right.